Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow, and what I've got here is the lion, or I believe it is pronounced Löwe, something like that. Anyways, I'm just going to refer to it as the lion, as that's what it translates into. This is a Tier 8 German premium heavy tank. It's classified as a super heavy, and you'll see why when we get into games. In fact, you can see why right now. It's got an 800 horsepower engine at 92.85 tons. This thing does not move very fast, it does not accelerate very fast. It's got a speed limit of 35 kilometers per hour. The track traverse is 24, turn traverse is 23 degrees per second. And in general, it's, well, going by the numbers, it's a very slow tank. It doesn't turn very well either, and it can be circled quite easily. Now what you're supposed to be doing is sniping with this tank. It is a heavy tank, so it's kind of weird to be sniping with it. But here, look at this. This is the 10.5, and it has 234 average penetration and 320 average damage with a .33 accuracy, 2.9 aiming time, 2.9 seconds of aiming time. So it's okay, not too bad. And it has a fire rate of 5 rounds per minute. So I believe you reload in 11 seconds, so that's better than the T-34. And that's the, I'm referring to the Tier 8 premium American heavy tank, not the Russian Tier 5. You'll notice that it does not carry a lot of armor-piercing rounds, or it doesn't carry a lot of rounds in general. I've got 37 armor piercing and 3 HE. You don't really need too many HE rounds. This does have 234 millimeters of penetration, so almost everything you shoot at will be penetrated. It has 1,650 health, and it's got the same armor on the hull as the turret. So it's got 120 on the front, 80 on the sides, and 80 on the back. So, since it's a German tank, the engine can get set on fire from the front, or it can get damaged from the front. Now you'll notice the lower plate here is not very sloped. This is generally a weak point. The next weak point up would be the hatch over here. It doesn't really look like a hatch, but I do get penetrated here. In fact, this whole front plate here can be penetrated by some of the higher tier tanks that you'll be facing. And the only real armor that you have is right here at the gun mantle, or mantlet. It's quite sloped, and you do get bounces off of it. The commander's hatch, however, is still sticking out, as with all German tanks. And that's a weak point. Getting hit on the sides, the ammo rack is on one of these sides. I'm not sure which one. But getting hit on the side is generally not a good thing. So, as a heavy tank, you're going to have to be sniping. Well, you're going to have to be slightly behind other tanks, other more heavily armored tanks. So in comparison with the other Tier 8 German heavy, the Tiger II, it has 185 turret armor and 150 hull armor, and, well, you know, it's pretty sloped there, and the machine gun, whatever. So if you're playing with a Tiger II, make sure he's the guy in front, because he has more armor than you do. You have a bigger gun. Actually, right now, my Lion has a bigger gun, but I'm pretty sure the Tiger II gets a really big gun as well. Yes, it gets a bigger gun, but not as good as the Lion's. in terms of damage and penetration. This is, you know what, this is a pretty good tank. It makes quite a lot of credits, even though it does cost 1,030 per shot. 1,030 credits per shot. You'll want a full rack of consumables, a small repair kit, extinguisher, and first aid kit. Now generally you'll want to save your repair kit for the engine, because if your engine gets hit, you will not be moving anywhere at all. And that's probably why I put on a toolbox, so I can repair my tracks. Well, I don't have to repair my tracks with the small repair kit, unless I really have to. But you'll want to save the small repair kit for the engine or an ammo rack, a damaged ammo rack. I've put on a improved ventilation, and that's just to get my reload time slightly lower and, you know, a bit more accuracy. I've got the entire crew training on Brothers in Arms. And you'll notice I actually have a crew for the line. They're not very leveled at the moment. I believe I put that crew in here into the Tiger II. Well, I've been leveling other German heavy tank crews in here, so that's an added feature for premium tanks. You'll be able to play as you would if you had... okay, how should I put this? If you have German heavy tank crews, you can place them in here on the Lion's crew to, you know, drive the line and whatever, and they won't have any penalties to their experience. And that means you can level up your crew or gain experience at twice the rate, and then transfer them back to your regular tank. The view range and signal range are pretty good, as with all German tanks. 400 view range and a 710 meter radio, and that's basically what all German heavy tanks have anyway. So let's get into a game. And here we are on Westfield. It's a tier 9 kind of game. Well, there's two tier 9s on both sides. And I've decided I'm going to go up here, where I'll be able to snipe people a little bit better. Now here you'll see climbing up a hill is very slow. You go into these single digits. I'm at 7 kilometers per hour. And that's basically what you'll have to expect from the line. Now I have noticed that I'm pretty much the only one here on this side of the map. Everybody else has gone into the city or onto the east side. So I'm not going to push out too far, as I know I'm a kind of a sniper tank. There's a T-30 who has been scouted. He might have seen me, so I'm just going to back off a little bit. They do have 2 really large artillery, and they love shooting at slow tanks. Alright, here's a KV-4. Aiming time, and I got a below average roll. It's not very nice, but, you know. And he missed. So I'm just going to keep on moving around so the artillery won't shoot at me. And basically I'm trying to hold off any enemy advance that's coming from this side. It looks like our team is moving pretty well on the east side. I'm not sure if there's any enemy tanks there. Our scout has gone all the way to the bottom and it hasn't encountered any enemy tanks yet. So I'm a little concerned that most of their tanks are up here where I'm trying to guard. So the tank destroyer that was kind of behind me, the tier 7, what was it, the T25/2, has left, and now I'm here by myself. So this is not a good position. I see an E50 there. It's got pretty good armor. I believe I actually bounced off of that, even though it says I hit him. Strange, but that's the way it is. And there we go. An average damage roll. They do know I'm here, so I'm trying to stay behind this hill. And I think somebody shot at me. Oh, actually, it's an IS. Now the IS does not have a very high penetration gun, and right now it doesn't seem to shield bounces very well on the armor, so there's the KV4 who's snuck up there. And now I'm just going to carefully back up, trying to keep my armor angled to all tanks that will be firing on me, which isn't very easy. Alright. KV4 is... I'm not sure if that was the KV4. It kind of looked like it was. IS bounced. Alright. Aim in the KV4 again. Yes, it was the KV4. And now I'm kind of stuck on the border of the map. So that's not good. I'm trying to back up even more. I got hit. Big hit from probably the IS. And just keep moving. So the KV4 is supposed to have a really big gun. It's also a very hard tank to destroy. But I'm just going to take him out. I believe somebody's coming to help me out at some point. D20 probably should be circling me and not stopping in the middle there. It's probably artillery shooting at me right now. And just keep moving. Make sure that they'll hit. I mean, they'll miss. IS has shot me for 177, so he might be using HE right now. And now I've taken out 2 of the enemy tanks. I'm trying to angle my armor to the IS, but yes, that was a strange ricochet. I'm pretty sure I aimed at the driver's hatch. I'm not sure what I hit there. There we go. And now I believe I've got support now. Oh, and I bounced off the turret. And now he's gone into hiding. Okay. The team has done well for... Actually, I'm not sure what those people on the east side are doing. They're still at the bridge. I'm pretty sure they could have moved forward. But I won't judge them because I haven't been really looking at the minimap too much. There's that IS. Nope. I'm still waiting. Okay, so you can see that sniping is a better option for this tank. I've got, well, let's check. I got a bounce from the mantlet, and well, it doesn't look like... Actually, those might actually be penetrations. and the bounces aren't showing up, so I guess something big hit me, or it might have been HE. I think HE was being fired at me. And here's how slow the tank really is. On flat terrain, I'm at 19, 20, bordering on 20. Here we go. A little bit of an increase in speed when going down a small hill or slope. And I'll never make it to the enemy tank. This is just a very slow tank, and it's useful for supporting other tanks, but if you are a top tier, you're gonna need to push out a little bit more than you would in other games. And that's just basically how you play top tier heavy tanks. You can't just sit back and snipe all day long. Alright, so that was a victory, and let's get a look at the statistics. I received 1,225 experience, times 3 of course. I've got 3 kills, 36% health left. I got a steel wall, I believe, and here we go, 15 out of 15 shots hit, 12 of them penetrated, over 3,000 damage caused. I got a total of 56,000 credits, and I detected 3 people. So, thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.